Shalom Israel 2.0 family, alumni, friends, donors, relatives, and anyone who's listening. First, I hope everyone is safe and feeling well, and if God forbid someone has the virus, they should have a fully recovery, a refuah shalema. I wanted to just share a couple thoughts on the extraordinary events that we're witnessing. Yes, it's terrible that we don't know what's going to happen, and we don't know really what's the cure, and certainly we don't know when it's going to end. So what do? So let me begin by sharing with you a story that happened to me. It was 1993, and I was becoming observant. I was living in Jerusalem, and I was studying full-time in Jerusalem. After a long day of learning, me and my friends decided to go downtown to have some drinks. On the way back, around 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I was walking with this Iraqi guy, older than me, great guy, and all of a sudden he stopped and he told me, wait a minute, I need to get something. So I figure, the munchies, you kind of like after a few drinks, you're hungry. He comes back and he buys, and he shows me what he bought, and he bought a little chocolate. I said, wait a minute, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, what are you doing buying a little chocolate? And he tells me, I have this crazy custom. My mother always gave us a candy or a piece of chocolate right before we went to bed, in order that we should feel that the end of the day is always good. I was blown away. But it took me years to understand that the profound concept of this little custom is, it was telling him and all his kids that a Jew should know that at the end of the story, at the end of the day, at the end of times, it's going to be good. And no matter what we do, and no matter how bad the circumstances are, how dark it is, no matter the pogrom, the Inquisition, the Holocaust, it's going to be good. History tells us that it's always good. We're going to be fine. And certainly now with these things, we're going to be okay. So that's the first thing that we need to understand. We're going to be fine. But how about right now? How about right now in the middle of the storm? How about right now when we can't see the light at the end of the tunnel? When we see the dark forecast? What do we do right now? So I think that one of the first things that we need to acknowledge is that there are things in life that we can control, and there are things in life that we have no control. It's funny because with all the advances in technology and science, this little virus has reminded us, all of us, that we're far from controlling life. That there's a lot of things that we don't know. And you know what? It's always been like that. We don't know, and we can't control life. And instead of worrying about things that really honestly we can't control, like what's going to happen this summer, our plans are finished, some of us are can lose our jobs, school is, who knows when it's going to be open again. These are all things that we shouldn't worry, because there's nothing we can do about it. Instead of worrying about these things, we should focus on the things that we do control, the things that we are responsible, the things that we can build, shape, and produce. These are the things that we are to focus. And I believe that it's here that I really want to focus our attention, because there's one thing that we need to understand, and especially from a Jewish perspective, and that is that the extraordinary events that are sweeping the globe, that they're affecting every single nation, city, community, all of it, it is entirely orchestrated by God. Yes, there is no accidents. This whole thing has an absolute purpose, both collectively and personally. But the problem is that we're not prophets, and nobody knows what really, is the exact message. But one thing we do know, and that is that we can't go on with our lives living the same way. We must do something different. But what do? How do we go about it? So I want to take a look, because it's incredible what's happening. The truth is that almost every people in this planet is going through the same things that we are going, that you're going, that your neighbor is going, that your uncle is going. And that is that nobody is going to school. A lot of people are not going to work. Nobody can go to anything dealing with entertainment, party, malls, nothing. What do? We are left, all of us, in our homes, with our family, but most important, with ourselves. And it is here that I want to focus your attention, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for us to be introspective, to evaluate our lives, to regroup, to spend quality time with our family. We're bound with them. To do the projects that we always wanted to do, but we never have time. But perhaps more important than anything, to better ourselves. Don't let this incredible once-in-a-life opportunity go to waste. We must do a list of things that we want to change and pick one or maybe two of those things, but really focus and really try to refine and become better. It is with this merit, if we really, really do it, that hopefully the whole entire world can get out of this terrible thing, that everyone can get better, and hopefully all of us should become out of this experience stronger, wiser, but definitely better human beings.